Listen to Dungeons with Dudes, a podcast with dudes, Dungeons, Dragons, and Flagons. Every other Sunday on the Journey into Comics Network.
The following
Journey into Comics.
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 Network.
Production.
We're some dudes, and we like brews. It's time for Brews with Dudes. Oh, goddamn, that was juicy. And we're back for another rousing episode of Brews with Dudes. That was the closest I've been to fucking up.
You were close.
Using the word rousing, because we say it's another rousing round of dungeons. Thank you guys for joining us on this episode of Brews with Dudes. I'm your host, Nick. I'm sitting here with my Dungeons with Dudes co-host, Dave Linder.
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
I'm, like previously discussed, I'm feeling good. I'm teetering between feeling good and feeling like it's coming on. I'm not drunk, I'm not wasted, but I'm like
right in that cusp.
It's 4. You got a lot of things to do today. We're gonna be over the edge.
Oh, yeah.
After these brews. So we've also got the Dong Master over here.
What's up?
Dongo Richie. Mr. Dick Tyner, how you doing?
I'm great.
Good.
It's good to be back again.
It's been a while, it feels like. We've also got Mr. Nick.
I'm new.
Nick Leuck.
A new guy.
Is that how we pronounce it?
Yeah.
Leuck. Nick, got the first time, dog.
Yeah.
No, you're fucking it up now.
Stop.
Got it. This is Nick's first time.
First time.
So this is a good episode to be on.
450. I love great company. They just, they don't ever come up around here too much anymore for their views.
No, definitely not.
So I'm glad I'm from this episode.
Yes. This is a treat.
Special.
This is a treat for Nick and for the rest of the crew as well.
Yeah.
Because we don't get to go down there as much.
Nowhere near as much as we want
I
to.
see the pictures all the time. You just go down there. I'm like, damn it, it's not Friday.
Well, we would
that's
go.
it for me now. It's the work now. I'm like, oh.
We would be like, yeah, we can leave at like 8 o'clock. Now it's like, okay, we're gonna leave at 1
Get a
a.m.
hotel.
Yeah.
Stay,
hotel.
Eat food. Like, really? Like,
And-
you can go that early?
It's a trip. It's a whole endeavor now, and
Football. What's it called?
Yeah.
I can't do that. I just can't do it. I can't call off work. Can't call off work for this shit.
I'll look at you guys' pictures. That's fine.
That's enough. Yeah.
Just
And
live
then
vicariously
occasionally,
in them.
we bring it back. So we've also got a non-speaking player tonight. We've got Blake over here in the corner. How you doing, Blake?
I'm doing alright. I just want to try.
Yeah. He's like, I don't want to speak. I just want to drink.
I just want to drink a beer.
And you know what? That's fine.
fair.
That is fine.
Respect the hell out of that.
So where do we want to start? It's gonna be a lot of sweet
It's
stuff.
like a spindle wheel. Like,
Yeah.
Let's start with that pink guava pink guava
Pink
peach.
Guava's out. So let's just dive right on into it. Let's see what we got here. It's a pink guava peach Slushie XL smoothie style Berliner Weisse. That's a mouthful. 8%.
8%.
8%.
It's a beefy boy.
I don't think they've done this one before.
No, they haven't. I think the only one they have done in this bit is the peach ring, but I don't know if it was an XL last time.
It was not. They did a platinum too, I believe.
So
Yep.
quick question then. What's the difference with the XL since I'm still new to them?
There's just a lot
It's like a
more.
double.
It's just
Like like a double IPA would just be like the same thing, just twice as strong. Aww. Just kidding. We're not gonna do you like that.
Oh,
To that person.
to that person.
Whoever that person is.
Yeah, it was good. All right, we're ready to get into this first one. You want to hand that over to Mr. Blake?
there you go.
There you go. And without further ado, pitter patter.
Let's get at her.
Cheers.
Yee.
And we're in. Ooh.
Ooh.
That is tasty as fuck.
Oh, that is really good.
What is guava?
Actually, I don't know. What is guava? Should I have looked this up before?
I know.
Should I have Googled what guava is?
Yeah.
I've had
Guava.
enough. I've
Rat
had
poison.
enough things that are guava flavored that I taste that and I'm like, that's some good guava. But I don't know what the fuck it is. I have no idea what it is. Is there a different one besides pink?
Is it like
Is there a blue guava? Like,
is it like a fruit you can buy in the store, like a veggie? What is this?
We gotta get R&D on this.
I've never seen a guava, to the best of my knowledge.
I don't believe I have it either.
I've never tilling the garden and I'm like, oh look, a wild guava.
Guava.
I didn't notice that there.
It's not native around here. Huh?
No, I guess not.
That's a guava.
That looks delicious. That looks like what we're tasting.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Definitely not from around here.
So it looks
No.
like a lime, but on the inside it looks like a watermelon.
Like a
True.
tropical fruit cultivated in many tropical and subtropical regions.
So not Indiana.
Not Indian at all.
No. So thank you for making the trip, guava.
Native to Mexico.
What would you describe? What would you describe it as? Like in terms of.
I would describe it as
Well, Dave, in your own words, Dave, in your own words, how would you describe guava?
I would describe it as
Be as detailed as possible.
it's
If you
usually
had-
about 4 to 12 centimeters,
No,
round or oval, depending on the species. There are several species of guava.
How do you know?
From my experience,
From your experience.
I was once a guava farmer.
I was asking you about like flavor profile, and you started telling me how big it was. On average, to be fair. Yeah.
It's a big guava.
Yeah.
So nothing about the character profile, huh? All right, it's good.
It's not bad.
Sweet.
It's actually, yeah.
Yeah,
Not-
they're very sweet.
Not a very prevalent. It's not a very dominant scent.
No,
Not getting much out of that.
but it smells like guava because they've done.
Guavas really smell.
Guys, as my years as a guava farmer, I can tell you this is very, very guava.
Very guava?
Wow.
It's very
I don't
guava.
think it's peach though.
Guavao.
This isn't the peach one, I don't think.
It's the guava peach though.
It's
It is guava peach.
Yeah,
I'm getting a lot of guava.
Whoa.
I don't get peach. I don't get peach though.
Blake seems to think that there's a strong guava taste.
Guava.
I
No.
think we're a mango
No.
mixed with a lime.
I
Okay,
can see that. I can see
we're in the ballpark now.
that.
I'm okay with that. I take that. Just look at us, just puzzled.
And as a guava farmer, it has 6% vitamin A. I just
sweet.
picked that one up.
It's
My
really,
days of farming.
You're very intelligent.
That's really good for your eyesight.
209% vitamin C.
On average?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
From 4 to 12 centimeters.
On a 4 to 12 inch
Centimeter.
centimeter. I was gonna say a 12 inch guava fruit.
Yeah, that's a big guava.
That's
It's a pretty big guava.
Creed is grabbing this podcast by the balls, it seems. All right, well, I'm pretty much done with this one, I think. So what do we want next? We got the Holographic Nugs, which is a double dry hop double IPA. We got a smoothie. They're all smoothies.
I don't think, no matter what you pick, it's gonna be great.
So I want to do the Juicy Fruity first.
Okay.
Let's jump into the Juicy
Let's do
Fruity.
it.
This is a smoothie style Berliner Weisse with passion fruit, peach, apricot, pineapple, and tangerine. Wow.
Wow.
Use it
Wow.
one more time. I lost.
Passion fruit, peach, apricot, pineapple, and tangerine.
Holy cow. Okay.
Somebody talk.
Oh, yep.
Words and stuff.
Foreign beer.
That looks delicious. Look at that. Looks like a,
Check,
like a fruit
check.
juice. I'm sorry.
Dongo.
Do you guys want to know? I also used to farm passion fruit. Do you guys want to?
This is why I asked someone else to pour. So I could talk while y'all sit there and mouth breathe.
Dave, what else have you bought that I don't know?
A lot. I've been a fruit farmer for a long time.
I can obviously.
That
All of
was
it.
one of my
Guava.
better pours. Look at that.
That's pretty good.
Damn.
That's a pretty good pour.
That's pretty even across 5 cups. That's not too bad at all.
Bartender.
Look at you.
No, not that. No, I'm not. But I'm getting through. There we are. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
I've already described this bad boy 2 times. 4.5%, guys. This is an easy
Oh, this is
one.
nothing.
Yeah, this is just a little taste. All right, let's get at it.
Let's get it. Pitter patter.
Let's get at her.
You.
Ooh, a smell.
Oh wow, that's
No. That's juice.
No.
No. No, absolutely not.
this is dangerous.
Oh
Yeah.
man, that is delicious. So what do we got popping out of that? A lot of pineapple.
A lot of pineapple.
Some passion fruit.
I'm asking you what you taste, not for you to raise the hand.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right.
Passion fruit. There's some passion in there.
I'm
Definitely, I'm definitely getting the
Don't get me
pineapple.
wrong.
I am definitely getting the pineapple.
I think it's passion, fruit.
Yeah.
There's a lot of passion
A lot of passion.
and fruit in here.
Well, we can talk about the passion fruit in a minute, but Nick and I are just talking about how we're feeling right
Let's see what Miranda thinks. She's gonna be my
We have
second
a guest?
taste.
Yes.
We have a guest.
Oh, Miranda, say hello to Facebook for us.
The juicy fruity.
Oh my goodness, this
Wow,
is
this
something.
is amazing.
Yeah.
This is way
It's
too
a
good.
lot of pineapple.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Amazing. I agree.
Yeah, it's that's wild.
Magic. This is magic.
That's way too good for its own
It's a
good.
magical time.
I don't know how they do this.
Passion fruit is really tangerine, but you're just fucking retarded.
Well, I would agree with that if referring to Dongo's assessment.
I really want to put all the passion into it.
I'm feeling a
I'm
certain,
feeling the passion.
a
Real hard.
certain way. I blame it on the beer.
How do you put all the passion in this?
There's one way I can think of, but
It's me.
it does not belong in the brewing process. That is for damn.
Oh, I
sure.
get it.
Don't say it, Dave.
Wait, David, now you get it?
Dave is always trying to ruin the subtlety.
It's my favorite thing to do.
This song is called Snowblower. It's about cocaine. David. David.
Everyone
No.
hated it, and I thought it was hilarious.
Sometimes the best jokes are the ones that only you, yourself, and yourself think
Yep.
are funny. So, the Juicy Fruity, for being 4.5%, I don't know if my phone's about dead. Okay, we'll make it.
We'll get there.
So Facebook, if we crap out on you, sorry.
We still love you.
Sorry.
Next time.
Yep, we'll see you next time. For the
On
Facebook
Brews
listeners.
with Dudes.
Audio listeners, we're still here. Audio listeners, we're still here. You're plugged in. We got
This is a journey.
49 and a half hours left.
This is a Journey into Comics exclusive.
We're now going to Dungeons with Dudes.
Yeah, Dungeons with Brews. That sounds like a good fiasco. You go into a dungeon and you just find the brews.
It's just full of brews.
That sounds phenomenal. Okay.
That can't be legal.
No, that's not right.
This can't be a legal beer to have.
No.
That's entirely too good.
As a fruit farmer, that would not fly.
Please tell me it's a fruit farmer. Is that possible?
Dave has been.
It's really not.
Okay.
I found out a lot about Dave lately.
You know what? In the last 10 minutes, I've been a lot about him I did not know about.
He's working on the keto thing. Dave's working on Keto Dave, and now
Keto
we've
Dave.
got Farmer Dave.
Farmer Dave.
Ska Dave, that's right. I guess Ska Dave and Keto Dave are kind of
They're
the
the same thing.
Dave.
It's the
They're
same thing.
Dave.
that?
Oh, you're about to
Yeah.
find out.
Just
I've
wait,
got-
December 14th.
Yeah, I've got ideas. I've got inklings of what it could mean, but I don't even think Dave Chips, Rave Dave, no Dave,
Rain Day's crazy.
no Dave knows what Dave's about to get into.
I can't get all my Daves in here. It's a mess.
I'm a huge proponent of people with multiple
I was
personalities.
gonna say you've got multiple.
I got many personalities.
You're Action
I'm
Maxin.
a Dave fan in general.
He called
Oh,
it.
shucks.
I was gonna say today's definitely an Action Maxin kind of
Action
day.
Maxin.
But we got all sorts of Nicks, we got all sorts of Daves. But right now I'm looking to be I'm looking to be a tipsy boy. That's what we're heading for. So do we
Tipsy
want to?
Nick.
I think we'll just keep going around.
All right.
Let's go to the peach ring.
You want to peach ring it up?
Peach ring?
Yep.
All right.
I kind of like
I
ending
really
want to
save the sour.
Yeah.
The sour gummy.
For last.
Yeah.
Let's save that one for last. All right. Is somebody else gonna do the peach ring since no one else is capable of carrying a conversation when Nick's pouring?
The one thing I haven't farmed is peach rings, so I'll pour it.
Oh yeah.
Dude. They're the easiest to cultivate. Just go to Rural King. Rural King has top notch.
They do have some great candy
Yeah.
selections.
This episode of Brews With Dudes brought to you by Rural King.
Okay.
The green Twizzlers.
Dude, there are orange cream Twizzlers now.
I want to see, where do you think they get these flavors from?
So 450 claims that these are natural flavors.
Do you think they go to Real King though to get their ideas?
Dude, I wouldn't be
You know what I mean?
surprised.
Do they like go like candy outlets go? That would be a great beer.
They're running out of peach rings. Therefore,
Look,
the people want the peach ring.
If Rural King or if 450 North gets their ideas from Rural King, I'm just waiting for like a no man's land fucking beef jerky flavored IPA.
Sign me up.
Denim coveralls.
Sign me up.
Denim flavored slushy.
That sounds
Denim nuggets.
It just sounds tough.
Your move, 450 North. Your move.
It will bust at the crotch, though. Let me tell you what. How's it going over there, bartender Dave?
Oh, bartender Dave.
bartender.
I'm also a farmer and a bartender.
Farmer and bartender.
I am one who tends the bar
Barkeep.
and the farms.
Barkeep.
That's not terrible pour, right?
No, those aren't bad
It's
pours.
a pretty good pour.
So this is the Peach Ring Slushie XL. I bet you this is an 8%er at least.
Oh, let me look.
Give us a look see.
It is 8%
With peach rings.
peach rings. It's got
Sweet, I got that right.
smoothie style Berliner Weisse with peaches.
No way.
Yeah. And rings.
Wait, where are the rings from?
Sonic.
Okay.
Copper rings.
Sonic.
The hedgehog.
Not the drive-in. All right, this is the most fucking amazing.
Yeah.
So pitter patter.
Let's get at her. Woo. Yee yee. Oh my God.
Once again, this can't be legal.
I need all of you to pour the rest of yours into my cup, and I will finish them.
I want to
off.
fuck this beer.
Oh,
Whoa!
Sorry.
excuse yourself.
Sorry.
I raise you, I want to penetrate it.
Jeez, come on.
Wow.
The implication.
The implication.
I mean,
Goodness.
I'm enticed by it. But, you know.
Now there's a table between us and the camera. I hate for people to see what's going on
What's
down
going on?
there. Gross.
Ooh,
This is delicious, though.
oh my God.
It's aggressively frothy.
As a fat man, peach
Keep it
rings are
to
one of my favorite
yourself,
things ever,
Dongo.
and this is a peach ring.
Yeah, I'm tasting a peach ring.
Yeah.
Legit, just a
Yeah.
drink.
I'm smelling a peach ring.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for the extra sauce.
Get you some more sauce.
Syrup.
Syrup.
I will
Peach.
say, they do some of the most amazing beer that they really do.
I don't know how they do it.
Personally, they do some of the most amazing beers.
Absolutely.
450 North is amazing.
This is such a killer lineup.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I don't even know what else to fucking say about this because it just tastes like liquefied.
I want to
peach ring.
savor it, but I want to
It's
keep
really
drinking it
cool.
too.
Yeah.
It's really cool that we've had this before. I mean, I remember the last time they did this, I think it came out around the time of the 450 North Corn Maze Brew Festival last year.
Perhaps.
And so I remember, like, Miranda and I, we just kept going. Oh, yeah. Well, Miranda and I, we just kept going back inside the brewery and just hanging out there and drinking this all day.
Oh, it's so good.
I wish I had more of this.
When I sent the brew crew, they took care of me on this release, and I gave them money for a 4-pack of everything, and they ran out of one, so they got me an extra pack of the peach ring. So there is.
Nice.
Nice.
We will be able to get down on this more because
I would love to. What do I gotta do? What do I gotta do?
I don't hide the beers to myself. I share the beers quite a bit. So if you're listening, you want to try the peach ring, hit me up. Otherwise, we're gonna drink them all.
Definitely
Or
gonna drink it.
smash them.
Yes.
There's a very small window between when you're able to and when you're not.
We might need some more cups.
We're gonna need more cups. I was trying to get a hold of our non-speaking podcaster,
NSP, non-speaking character.
non-speaking podcaster. That was good, wasn't it?
It's good.
I like that.
I loved it.
Yeah, 450 North is
Yeah, these guys are fucking
they're really on
killing
top
it.
of their
Did
game.
anyone try their summer beer, the summer pop, the bomb pop one?
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Is that
Yes.
good? Is that good?
The rocket pops.
It was exactly what you thought it would be.
I saw a picture, I saw him post it, I'm like, I wish I could go down to that beer.
Yeah, I got a new job about 3 or 4 months ago, and Fridays are
Yeah.
the busiest day of the week now, so there's no way I'll ever get a Friday off. So I'm but with this release, rewind, shall we? So when we first started going to releases 2 years ago or so, we would leave at 6:37 in the morning, get 2 450 in Columbus, an hour and a half away, at 8:30, 9 o'clock. And we would get every beer that we want. We'd be the first 100 people in line.
Yeah, we would easily be like within 40 or 50.
Fast forward, and Austin and Brett show up at 3 in the morning. 3 in the morning. They are at the brewery at 3 in the morning, and they're 200th in line. People started lining up at 4 in the afternoon on Thursday. There were 100 people at 11 p.m. on Thursday.
Is it 200 for them? Like usually they're cut off like when you get their new releases though.
They used to say
nuts.
that it was in that ballpark.
Okay.
That if you're trying to get everything, you need to be here by then.
Yeah.
That being said, they have figured out a way, maybe with the timing of their releases, because they used to do it every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Every 2 weeks. They took a bit of a break this time. I think it was closer to 3 or 4 weeks between releases. And this time, they had 400 or 500 people, and everybody got everything except...
They brewed more?
They brewed more. And they're getting ready to, or they're working on, or since this release makes me think maybe they're done with the new brew house, and this is...
Ooh. It could be.
But they made enough beer this time finally, because these slushies are really coveted. They're, they always sell out, and this time they didn't. This time there were 300 or 400 people, and they didn't sell out at noon.
They're known for their slushies.
That is what...
At this point, yeah.
That is what's got
It used to be
them on the map.
IPAs.
So...
Yeah, I mean, those, like certain, I don't know, from my experience, certain breweries, like if I go somewhere new, I talk to people, they're like, oh, this like they're known for this kind of beer.
Yes.
And 450 North always known for like their slushies.
And, I mean, Juicy Fruity tasted like the fucking gum.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you've had, I know we joked a whole lot, but if you've had the pink guava shit, that is exactly what that is. The peach ring, liquefied.
Yes.
It's exactly like a peach ring.
We're gonna eat this fucking sour gummy worm, and I'm gonna make a prediction that it's gonna taste like liquefied sour gummy worm.
Yeah.
They're really good at taking obscure flavors.
What was the
liquefying
one that
them.
we didn't get? The raspberry dessert?
Oh,
or something
yeah.
like that? It was a dessert.
Brett was saying
It was one of their dessert slushy series.
Blackberry is.
On the subject of like the beers tasting exactly like what they're named, the dessert, it literally you can taste the crust.
Yeah.
that is,
It's got a cinnamon crust.
Yes,
and it works.
Yeah, so they do a series of dessert slushies.
Yeah.
And it tastes like this is, so the one that we didn't get was a raspberry dessert. So it would taste like raspberry, and then somehow it tastes like fucking pie crust.
Yeah,
That's
and
nuts.
it
How do you
works.
get pie crust in it? Flavor? That makes
It's so
And you
cool.
can't, it's not possible to fucking, it's not a scheme. It's not like I bet you that the peach ring slushy is not, there's no fucking peach rings.
Right.
You know, they just know how to extract the right flavors. And right, when you're messing with raspberry fucking pie, like I don't know how you get the raspberry flavor naturally, and then how the fuck do you get the crust flavor? What the fuck is
crush a
how do
bunch
you
of-
make it
a
taste-
bunch of
how do you make
pies.
it- How do you make it taste like you just smushed up a pie and put it in a drink? I don't know how they do it. They're really good at it though. So
Then they got the what's the Oreo one? The cookies and cream nuggets.
Yeah, that one's good.
Yeah.
What's the
I think
next one?
they actually do just throw Oreos in
Yeah,
that one.
straight up, just
I wouldn't doubt that.
They say so. Maybe not Oreos. I think we're doing the holographics. We're saving the sour worms for last. So this one
I'm
is
very
a
stoked for this.
Double dry hop, double IPA.
The can looks amazing.
Yeah.
The can looks cool.
It's called the holographic nuggets, and the can is holographic.
It's a double dry hop, double IPA, Enigma, Cashmere, Citra, and Amarillo hops.
Ooh.
Powerhouse. I've not heard of, what's the first one? I've
Enigma?
not heard of Enigma much, but Cashmere,
I have
Citra,
not had Enigma.
Citra and Amarillo are like the kings of the hop game. Almost everything you drink probably has one of those in it.
Idaho 7.
Idaho 7.
No.
This is 8.3%.
Fuckers love Idaho 7.
It's the
so
McKinley nugget. It's the McKinley hop.
much. The crispy
A little more hops.
hop. That's what Piot likes so much. Just a carried on fucking joke. It's gone way too far.
Well, if it wasn't for like that the beer school they did at the Knickerbocker where McKinley was like, oh, this is my favorite hop, is the Idaho 7 hop.
And it never ended. One comment, and
Yep.
it's never going to go away. I can't get it to go away. That's not the worst thing that's gotten away from me. I think the worst thing that's gotten away from me is the way Austin says "dem boys." I just couldn't stop it. And now it's a thing. I'm like, I really wish that wasn't a thing. Despite my best efforts, I couldn't suppress it. Casey tried hard. Casey and I were trying real hard to make it not. And Zach Davidson, we were like, we're not going to let this catch on. And it fucking caught on.
It's too late now.
It's too late. It's too fucking late. But here we are. Amarillo, let's see. Thinking of the hop. So Amarillo is, if I'm not mistaken, what makes a gumball head a gumball head.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure Amarillo is the primary.
And I don't like Gumball Head.
Well, you're wrong. So,
Well, I mean, that's one of the beers that I've gone back to several times, and it was one of the first craft beers I tried. I think we finally lost the Facebook Live. It was one of the first craft beers I tried, and I was like, I hate this. And then as I started
Not a
drinking
bad
more
pour.
craft beer, I tried Gumball Head again. I keep trying. I keep going back to it.
Yo, you can just take it to him.
Yeah, I keep going back to Gumball Head, and no matter how many times I try, it doesn't hit me right.
I'm not going back. I'm not into the Alpha King. What's the other big one? Zombie
Laser-
Dust, Gumball Head, Alpha King.
Space Station,
No.
Laser Snake, Yum Yum.
Yum Yum.
I liked Yum Yum.
Yum Yum is not what I'm.
It's
really
pretty
into.
basic.
What I've noticed though, and maybe I need to give everyone a super fair shake, but the other day I ordered from here Zombie Dust, and I drank it, and it was like the best Zombie Dust I'd ever fucking had. And I look at the date, and it was within like a week of being bottled. So beers like that, you have to get them really soon. And it's not that like a Zombie Dust goes bad after a couple weeks, but you have that week or two that it's in its
Peak.
absolute prime. And it's amazing for the first 2 weeks. It's really good for the next 2 months. And then after that is when it deteriorates.
I was gonna say I've had them for months at a time, and they're always pretty decent.
I'd love for you to drink one like really super
I
fucking
have.
fresh and just
I
be
have.
like, yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
That's
I
it
bought
right
it. I bought cases directly from the brewery and just immediately started going to town on them.
No, I know how you go to town.
Oh, let's get
All
it.
right, we're jumping into the holographic nuggets. Here we go.
Better.
Oh, the hoppy.
Oh
The
yeah.
hopness.
That's real hoppy.
I love that. This is delicious.
That's
Yeah.
power.
This is my least favorite drink.
Yeah, this is the first one that's
It's different.
different. It's a different style for damn sure, and it's extremely hazy. I bet you can't see through it.
It's not as fruity as the other one.
No.
I can't see Nick through it.
You can't.
So double dry hopped. Dry hopped means that they're primarily going for the hoppiness.
Yeah.
As opposed to the floral that you would get throwing it in earlier than that. So that's what this is. It's a fucking punch right to the mouth of hops.
Yeah.
I can taste the Enigma.
The Enigma.
That's a weird way of saying you're confused.
That's what it's brewed with.
You are the Enigma.
Proof with confusion. I don't know what we're doing.
That's a beer I would do, but
Just
that
throw
wouldn't
some
because I'm a
hops in.
farmer. I know what I'm doing. I'm a farmer.
I'm a farmer, daddy. Terrible reference. If you get it, bravo.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
It has to do with Tom Green jacking off a horse.
Okay.
Yep, yes it does.
Okay. That's
And an
what I
elephant
thought.
at one point.
Really, that's just
Yeah.
terrible. That's, I guess at the risk of sounding like a douche, that's a typical double dry hop double IPA,
Yeah.
Fine 450.
Yep.
It's
Not too crazy about it. But
yeah, I'm not
Certainly
nothing-
not bad.
But not bad. No, not bad at all.
Not bad at all. It just, I guess when we're like, you're drinking the peach ring, you know what you're wanting. You drink that, you know what you're going for. This was I can definitely tell if something is primarily hopped a certain way. If it's
Yeah.
like what is it? Two Hearted? Is it Centennial? I think so. You can if a beer is primarily hopped a certain way, you're like, that's what that tastes like. This is enigmatic in the way that it's it's got a bunch of different hops. So it's not Amarillo forward. It's not Citra forward.
No.
It's really hoppy, and it fucking hits you right in the mouth right when you get into it. So
Right in the mouth.
that's fucking. It's strong.
It is. It's very strong.
Very strong.
It's a
Yeah.
bite.
Yeah, it is. I'm waiting for them to do another like ripe nuggets or powdered nuggets.
Powdered nuggets is
Top of the line.
they really really hit it, and that was early on. Come over.
This is our
We're
last
not on
one.
camera no more. Yeah, we're kind of free balling it.
It's our last one.
So we're
at
down
the last
to
one now.
yeah, we're down to the last one.
The sour ones.
Anyone else want to pour it?
This is the
Perfect.
Sour Worms Slushie XL.
Anyway.
I think so. I think so.
I don't. What do I need to say?
money shot on Dave.
For those
Took it right to the face.
for those of you listening,
But
on
as
the-
a farmer, sometimes that happens.
on the can, it's just got gummy worms. The color is an orangey. I don't know. I'm excited as fuck for it.
Yeah.
It smells like fucking gummy worms. I'll tell you that.
Let's do a while we're pouring this out. Give a quick shout out to everyone who was listening on Facebook. We really appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
Facebook's making the drive to kind of fight YouTube. So when we make these Facebook videos, they're really trying to push them out because they want people on Facebook to share Facebook videos, not YouTube videos. So for those of you listening on the Facebooks, we appreciate it. Thank you to the Journey to Comics Network for hosting us as always.
Absolutely.
Thank you to the podcastrophy team, Mr. Dr. Dongo over here for.
thank you.
He's been picking up the majority of our editing because we are a handful. And
You can say that, yeah.
Yeah, I've watched this before many times. It's
we're not one of those podcasts that you can just kind of throw up. There needs to be a little bit of editing done. I'm very excited to say that we are working on a new system for recording the audio. We're going fucking news reporter on everyone.
It's really funny because when I edit now, I have a track specifically for Zach Davidson,
yeah, everyone needs a fucking.
and I got a
joke.
track specifically for Dave.
Oh, really?
We had the joke earlier. Austin, I'm like, "Are
Is
you
it
good?"
'cause
Austin? He's like, "Yep, I'm gonna talk like this," and I was like, "No, you're not." And within fucking 2 minutes of recording, he was yelling into the mic. I'm like, "I fucking told you."
Dick, is it
I
because
told
I yell, Dick?
No, your voice just picks up. You know, you got one of those voices that just it goes into that microphone. That microphone just accepts it.
take a whiff. Or,
Holy shit!
That is a sour gummy worm.
Yeah.
Oh my god. What's the percentage of this?
holy.
I bet you it's not high.
Dangerous.
Dangerous.
Oh,
It doesn't matter if it's high
my
because you can drink this
God.
for 3 weeks. Smell that.
Oh my God.
It's 8%.
8%.
8%. I smell 8%.
This is. I bet
8%
you I could
death.
drink fucking 4 cans of this. Let's get out of
Cheers,
guys.
guys.
Better,
Yee.
better. Let's get down.
Fucking yee.
I died.
Jesus.
That's good. That's really good.
Ooh,
Brews
yeah.
with Dudes is officially retired. Good night.
Holy cow.
Oh my God, very sweet.
Done. Yeah, we're gonna drink.
Are you keeping it for yourself now?
Fuck.
That's delicious.
So what do we got here?
God.
Smoothie style Berliner Weisse with passion fruit, peach,
That's the
apricot,
wrong one.
pineapple, and tangerine. I'm retarded. That sounded so familiar. I'm like, wow, what a knockoff.
Yeah.
Let's
That's weird. Wasn't I reading all of that?
let's try this again. Cherries, lime, peach, and passion fruit. The cherries and the lime.
You know what?
Yeah,
Lime, definitely.
Passion fruit is killing me.
Yeah, it just keeps, it's fighting us. It's coming back.
I'm getting that lime.
But I taste everything though. I taste a legit taste everything.
Yeah.
That is so good.
It's a smorgasbord of fucking awesome.
Same time.
Nice word.
Thank you.
It's insane. I'm.
Fuck.
If we just had a baby, it was this beer.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we've had almost a little bit of everything.
All
in
those
that beer.
flavors. Yeah. Except the cherries.
Except the cherries.
But everything else, yeah.
Kind of like a
You know, guys, being a farmer for such a long time, I have never tasted something like this. This is incredible.
How do you farm sourworms, Dave?
It's a difficult process.
Dave
We can go.
Shit beats.
Beet farm.
Beats. Bears. Battlestar Galactica. God damn.
Wow, this is holy crap.
Way too good.
Oh my God.
North, I don't know. Wow.
Bravo.
Do you think
I don't know how you do it.
Do you think
I
I can
don't know.
marry 450 North? Do you think that's possible?
I just want to marry this beer in particular.
Yeah.
If I could, fuck. I want to take this with me wherever I go forever.
Just put it in your pocket.
So does anyone have a, this is going to be fucking hard.
I will say this. If we're going to do it, I know where you're going.
You know where we're going.
This is the order.
Yeah.
I just say anything. I've not had anything that's been bad.
Right.
But this sour one, holy cow.
Just,
This one hit me, yeah.
it's so right on exactly what it says it's going to be.
If you have a chance to get this, wherever you're at, get it.
Look on eBay.
eBay, get it. Buy it. I don't care what it is, buy it.
Seriously, you can buy it. People put this shit on eBay.
Buy it. Buy it.
I've seen
You
it.
got to get it quick because
Well, no shit.
It-
Then you have shipping time.
it deteriorates quickly.
Yeah.
Although people say that, I've got 450 slushies in my fridge that have been there for a year, and
Yeah.
you just got to keep the temperature consistent, and they'll be all right. Austin's got a couple cans that were just canned bad, canned wrong, and you tasted it, and it's just like, what the fuck did you do to this?
I'm down to one Phoenix Tears.
I can't believe you have any Phoenix Tears left.
I only drink them on super special occasions. I just drank one for episode 100 the other day.
I appreciate the invite for that. That was tight.
You're welcome.
Yeah, me too.
We had a full cast. Now we're down a co-host, so
You're down a co-host.
we're down a co-host. He quit.
That's not business we need to be talking about.
Nope.
Let's just shame Dick some more for not inviting us.
Shame.
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 He
Shame.
didn't make one mention of the show on the network that he helped spawn. Not once.
Not even
one
once.
mention.
I typically mention Brews with Dudes almost every episode of
It's just wild that you
Podcastrophy.
didn't on your most important episode.
I didn't hear Dungeon with Dudes
So
either.
the 99 before it.
I cannot attest to whether or not it was mentioned in the 99 episodes before it.
At least 80 of them.
But
I'm just
I
going
can
to say
attest to the fact.
at least 80 of them. And at least you, I'm pretty sure, were mentioned at one point or another.
Tastes like shit after
Compared to that one, yeah.
These are not important things.
Actually, you know what? I mentioned this very event that we're at today.
I love this.
When?
Yeah,
At the very end of the episode.
fucking water.
I didn't listen to the last 10 minutes.
Because I said, hey, does anybody have a suggestion of the week?
Watch your podcast.
For this? What are you talking about?
I said, well, hey, does everybody have a suggestion of the week?
You
And
did mention that. You did mention
and
that. Maybe I
everybody's
did
like-
make it to the end. It was a long ride because I was
It
listening
was.
to it on the way back from vacation. So the internet was spotty.
Gotcha.
So sometimes I would be listening and it would stop and I'd be like, ah, fuck! And so it took me fucking 4 hours to listen to the 2.5 hour podcast.
That's
It's a
double.
mess.
Quick question, Mr.
Yeah.
Nick Maxon.
Yes, Mr. Nick Leuck.
What about taking this show on the road?
We have. In what manner do you mean?
There's some other breweries we've not been to yet.
So we definitely have done shit just like that, where we go to different breweries and we try to we either do podcasts like there in house or try to get in touch with the brewer and sit down with them.
Yeah.
But we should go on some field trips together because I know you like hitting up cool places. So
I do.
Can I be invited?
Nick and Nick on the road.
Nick and Nick.
Ooh.
Nick and
Whoa,
Nick.
whoa.
Nick at night?
Nick's at night.
No, Nick's at night.
Nick's at night. There we go.
This has been a fun time. Like, first of all, 450 North. They every time they kill it.
Oh yeah.
I don't think they put out a bad drink.
No.
I haven't had
They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was an especially awesome episode. We only missed. What didn't I bring out? This is 5. So platinum nugs, which we've already done before.
Yeah, we don't need
That's
to
a
taste that.
quadruple, I think.
Yeah, it is.
IPA. And what else didn't I fucking bring? There's only one other beer that I didn't bring out.
The raspberry.
The raspberry one, right?
Raspberry dessert.
Dessert.
I didn't get that
You didn't
one.
get it?
Yeah.
That one sold out. So there's one other, and it's sitting back there. So maybe once we're off the air, we'll drink that one too. But
Secret beer?
we got a lot going on tonight, so I was like, guys, we can't be drinking fucking.
I don't even remember what that one is, so this is a surprise.
I don't know it at all.
Let's do it.
All right, well, fuck. We were gonna go over our favorites. Nick was pretty.
So, like I said, everything they do is gold. It's amazing. But I will have to say the sour slushy was probably my favorite we just did.
The worms, sour worms.
Sour worms.
If I don't go for worms, I would say the Juicy Fruity, because the Juicy Fruity was 4.5%, and it was so
Dangerous.
packed with
Yeah.
flavor.
100%.
Yeah, I could drink the Juicy Fruity all damn day.
I could try to drink it all day and then realize that at the
No,
end of the
it-
day, I'm like, oh wow,
Yeah, it would hurt.
I'm done.
Yeah, it would hurt. Dongo, what was your favorite?
I think we got in this order right here. I'm very split between the sour worms and the peach rings. Like they're very like dead even, but I might have to give it to the sour worm since it's new, it's fresh,
It's hot.
it's hot.
It's hot right now.
It's hot.
It's trending.
So it is.
It's trending.
Dongo. Dave. Co-host Dave.
Pretty much the same as Dick. If I hadn't tried the sour worms last, I would have said peach ring, but I'm gonna have to go with sour worm.
It's just on the tongue.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's just so good. The platinum, like there wasn't a bad beer. The platinum, the holographic was good. Not
For what it
easily my
was,
thing.
yeah. This was obviously slushy dominated episode.
Right.
The holographic nug was good for what it was, but when you're on the fruity kick, you know, it
It
didn't.
was kind of a random beer.
It was. It didn't stand a chance. So, Blake, what was your favorite?
I'd say in between the worms and the rings.
Yeah, it's a really really good stuff.
ring
And
worms.
then, yeah, the ring worms, and then I'd say the
I don't want to have any part of that.
juicy fruity would be the third.
I would say this is probably my favorite release that they've done in a while.
This is a solid mix.
Yeah, and you know, if we'd have had that raspberry dessert, that would have been killer.
This is a starting 5 championship kind of.
Yeah. So, cool. But I'm feeling it.
I'm feeling
These
it.
are. I'm really digging this. We got a lot more shit to do tonight. The night's young.
It is.
It's more,
What's your favorite slushie so far?
overall, I'm probably gonna give it to the peach ring again because this is the XL.
So overall, 100% all they've done.
All they've ever done.
That we can remember, yeah.
The original peach ring they did was phenomenal.
I'm gonna go real old school. Starburst.
No, we're just talking about I'm talking about slushies.
Okay. Ooh, slushy wise though, that's
They don't do the Starburst anymore, do they?
No, they don't.
they don't.
That was one of the originals, yeah.
Yeah, because they came here, we had them here.
Yeah.
And that was my favorite.
That was a good one.
I think
rewarding experience.
my favorite slushie so far is the jungle juice.
All right, guys, we are. Yeah. On that note,
No, it was good. It was good.
Shit. Well, we're at the end of it,
That's
guys.
so many, I can't even count.
I know.
Yeah.
We could keep this conversation going for a while, I'm sure. But we have a lot of fun things to do tonight. We're getting ready to head over to Carnahan Hall
Party.
for the
Party.
Brews and Bowling after party. We've got U-Bread Raptors, Bizarre Noir, and Axios. It's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you, Dave.
Thank you. This
So
has
good
been
seeing you,
delicious.
always.
Oh.
Blake, good having you again. You've been on before, haven't you?
No.
Cool. Maybe one of these days you'll actually have your own mic, right?
Don't shove it in my face, you asshole.
He doesn't like that. He
trying
does
to
not like
help.
it being shoved in his face. Nick,
Thank you.
you're going to come back.
Oh, I love this.
We're going to do this more.
Fun.
We're going to do this more. Dr. Dongo, as always, This is your, 50th, 60th episode?
Somewhere in there, yeah.
A lot.
Almost to the bicentennial.
Yeah, we're getting there. We are close. We are close.
Almost there.
We got some fun things planned for the 100th episode. This is 93, 94, I believe.
Can I be part of that? Can I start out? Can I be a part of that?
Yes,
one
sure.
already?
Sure. We're starting to have the conversation. It's mid-September, it looks
Okay.
like.
Sign
We're
me
going to
up.
have the 100th episode. So thank you
This could be
guys
a
for
special one.
participating.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for listening, wherever you're listening. If it's on Podbean, iTunes, Apple Music, Stitcher, Podbean. If you can listen to a podcast.
These are things.
These are all things.
Okay.
There's 20-some different fucking
Yeah,
places.
there's a ton of them.
Yes.
Just search Journey
Do
to
grow
Comics
pod
Network
beans.
and you'll find us.
Yep, we're all over the place. Look for Journey into Comics Network, type in Brews with Dudes. Check out Dungeons with Dudes, too.
Yeah, they're okay. They're
It's
pretty
like,
good.
it's Dave and I, we do games. Mostly D&D, but all sorts of other stuff, too.
I don't
So,
farm on that one.
Dave doesn't actually,
Damn it!
Dave doesn't farm at all. So, we will see you next time on another episode of Brews
With dudes.
Woo!